Look at that.
Oh man, what am I looking at? A sex symbol? Would your mom put a salad bowl over your head and give a little cut? What happened to your hair?
It's actually really nice. I just had it.
Is it really nice though?
I've had a hat on all day. Well, you know how I do it. It's got to get the part and then, I pop it up, but I've just had a hat on all day. So I'm going to get off this video before you quit, so you can quit making fun of me. Only make fun of my voice. That's all you're allowed to do.
Okay.
Nothing to say.
I was going to make fun of the fact that you seem to be in the bathroom. Are you on the toilet right now?
No, I'm in my office.
Oh, your office. So important. Muy importante.
That's very true.
Yeah. I think I'm losing my goddamn senses right in this head of mine. I'm not making sense these past couple of days. It's kind of why, you were all eager to do the podcast yesterday, and I was like, oh, but my head is mush. I recorded with that Tomco that you know, and for a little podcast called Someone's Favorite Movie. Have you heard of it?
I have.
Man, I was stumbling and fumbling and bumbling my words all over the place.
Oh, you needed some rest?
I needed some rest. It was so bad at one point I referred to Batman and Robert. His sidekick, Robert.
Better than Buttman and Robert, I guess.
Is it?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Is that a real thing?
Probably. I don't know. If it isn't, it probably should be. If anybody's into that listening, go make it.
Oh no, it's Batman and it's Robert.
We're probably not even recording right now.
He's got a pencil thin mustache and lowered expectations for life.
There we go.
He's so dangerous because he just doesn't care anymore.
Oh yeah, that is definitely the most dangerous people.
Yeah, that Robert. You got to watch out for Roberts.
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so too. Tommy, you ever been hot? You ever been hot, Tommy? Did you enjoy being hot?
Okay, so the restaurant that I manage, I said manage. I mean manage. Don't call me a supervisor, damn it. So I get a call from a text from my general manager yesterday, and he says, cut everybody except for the closers, even the host. Send everybody home. It was like 4:15, and we don't close till 8. I was like, all right. So I did it, and about 5:30, we got busier than we have been all week, and I was on the grill cooking for 2.5 hours, and it sucked. It was, one lady commented that it's hotter. This is hell hot, she said.
Hell
because
hot.
we cook in the middle of the restaurant, and it was 100 degrees yesterday, so it was fun though. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I was very, very hot. To answer your question, long story long.
You ever eat hot things, Tommy?
I love hot things.
Why? You just said you hate being hot, but you love eating hot things.
There's like a certain taste to it, right? Like I don't always like today. I stopped after work and went to Qdoba. You ever ate at Qdoba?
Oh, I love a Qdoba. I'll slobber down a Qdoba every chance I get.
Yeah, it's like Chipotle, but weirder, I think. I don't know. Chipotle without the pretentious stuff, I guess. So I stopped in to get chips and cheese with a side of guac. Guess how long it took me?
15 minutes.
1/2 hour. There was people in front of me, and then they started making the DoorDashes in front of me, which kind of pissed me off. But I'm like, whatever. I don't have to talk to Randy till 9:15. I have time. I can make it. I did within 5 minutes. But at the end, I was like, oh, can you make me the Diablo queso? And they said, we're out of the Diablo queso. And I almost walked out, but it had been 29 minutes. So
baller move would have been to walk out and tip over their fucking to-go cart as you were doing
right.
So.
Right. I don't know. These ladies looked like they might have been able to kick my ass. So.
Oh man, yeah, those Flint Town Qdoba workers don't mess around.
Dude, the one worker was rolling her eyes at the old lady in front of me. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, that's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, she was not having it from that old lady. And the old lady was pretty sweet. I mean, she wasn't overly sweet, but she wasn't being, I didn't think she deserved the eye rolls, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind a hearty eye roll in my fast food establishments or retail jobs. I don't care.
I get it.
Oh, yeah, we've both been there. like, I'm one of those people that doesn't like to interact with the retail people, the grocery store clerks, the cashiers. I don't need
You don't
to
even like to interact with your friends.
This is true. I've got stuff to do, and you are keeping me from my goals, all of you.
It's very true. I once chased Randy through a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, and he's surprisingly fast. I was like jumping over nerds and throwing books at him, and he's like, I just want your attention.
I said, hey, Randy, and he looked at me and he turned around and walked the other way.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
You didn't even get the hint. Here you are still.
He claims to be my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind it because I usually if I'm in a grocery store, I'm in a hurry, right? I don't want to be there any longer than I have to.
And I'm already frustrated because I can never fucking find anything. I
don't have time for small talk. I don't have time for one-liners. I don't have time to flirt. I don't have time for any of it. Especially fast food. I don't need to banter with my fast food people. I don't need somebody that's overly cheery. This is the guy that's my ideal fast food person. Works at McDonald's. And this is a real person. For like 2 weeks in a row, I went to McDonald's like twice in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. That's like on the low end for me.
And this guy was working the very final drive-through window.
Yeah.
This is the most important window there is.
This is definitely the most important window. This is you make or break the experience right here.
Oh my God, this is what you're here for. And so I pull up to that window, and if I didn't have my window down, I swear he would have put his fist right through the window with my beverage. And the best part is he was looking at his phone the whole time. Couldn't even give me a sideways glance.
That's great.
Completely silent. Didn't say a single goddamned word to me.
He was completely fighting with his girlfriend.
Probably. I mean, he must do it like at all times because every time I've seen this cat, he's practically throwing the food at me through my car window and dismissing me completely. And I'm like, well, that's what I want. I want fast food fast.
Is this in the McDonald's in the City by the Bay?
No, this is in Clio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm there sometimes. I'm more in Montrose, of course, but I go through. I broke my coffee pot like 2 months ago and just never replaced it. So I been going to McDonald's like twice a day for fucking coffees and spending $2 a coffee. I'm spending like $10 a day on coffee when I could just go buy a $15 coffee pot and a $5 thing of coffee and make it last me a month.
Isn't it dumb the things we spend our money on?
The rituals we get into.
Oh, right? Man, I'm all about the rituals. Yeah. Oh, I'm a sucker for these rituals.
Yeah, I am. I am constantly. I want to go back to that time thing because I am constantly. Wherever if I'm out of the house, I am in a hurry. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. If I am not in my office, my spare bedroom. Or like my lazy boy, I'm probably in a hurry and I'm probably half frustrated about something.
Oh, yes.
And so you were mentioning you don't have time for the small talk and time for that, time for, whatever one-liners. I always do have time when I'm in the grocery store to make sure I pick up a couple of shots of Fireball and or Crown on my way out. So that I do always have time for when I'm out shopping.
Well, I'm glad you can cram in time for your vices here and there.
Yeah, it's a ritual now. So
okay, I mean, yeah.
See how I tied the room together?
You tied the room together. What are you, feng shui all of a sudden?
I'm the dude. But yeah, even if I don't need or intend to drink the Crown or the Fireball that day, I just then I have a stockpile of airplane bottles.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to have to really tie one on.
Yeah, I try not to do. I fell into a trap earlier this year. I think. Well, I don't know. I started doing shots again after like 3 years of not doing shots, and I gotta say, I think I'm back on the no shot train. So I can find out that I can have about 15 beers and feel fine, but if I have like 13 beers and 2 shots, I'm fucked.
Well, you're not as young as you used to be.
I mean, yeah. I'm not as young as I once was, I think is the popular country song.
Tommy, there's a trend these days to make everything hot. And I'm not talking, hey, girl, hey, muy caliente. I'm talking taking a Molotov cocktail to your fucking mouth and throat parts every time you bite down on a thing.
Yeah, I can't do like ghost pepper hot. People are like, you want to try a Carolina Reaper? I'm like, fuck no. I'm going to drink 12 beers after this. I do not need a fucking start to my
I'm glad
diarrhea.
you brought that up, Tommy. Because there's a thing called Packy chips or Pac-Man chips or Pookie chips. I don't know what they're called, but they're a brand of chip that's hot. And they have fun names like the aforementioned Carolina Reaper. And there's a thing called a Packy Chip Challenge. It's right on the fucking package because everything's a challenge these days. I mean, everything's a playground double dog dare. Here, have a challenge. Prove
Where did you hear about this? Did you hear about this from your kids?
No, I've seen it in the goddamn store and on the goddamn internet.
Oh, because my kids bought me like I totally forgot about it. It's been like a month ago, and they told me they bought me some like chips that I gotta eat, and they're hot, and they're like a challenge.
Yeah,
and they must have forgot too because I don't know what happened to the chips, but I never ate them. But they were excited to buy them from me, and I don't know, I had to go to work or something. Everybody forgot about them, but so I'll have to go ask them if they still have the Pookie Chip Challenge or whatever.
Yeah, take the challenge, Tommy. You know, like you like a good challenge. Justify your existence. Eat this hot thing, but it only counts if you film it and show it to all the mouth-burning spice worshippers all across the internet.
I will say that Hot Ones is a good show. Have you seen that show?
Oh, Hot Ones. Oh, yes. We have these Hot Ones. Oh, this is like the peak of watching dumb. So this is a real thing. When I was about 19, I had a friend. You see, that's the last time I had a friend. And
you got a friend in me.
And speaking of rituals, it was a ritual of mine to go over his house every Friday. And his ritual was he would sit there and play video games, and I'd sit there and watch him. And that was considered
Jim.
Yes, and this was considered hanging out. I thought it was dumb and stupid, but little did I know that watching video games played by other nerds who are better at video games than me would become an accepted and popular thing to watch by everyone the world over. And I think
pay for it. Some people pay for it.
Oh, millions of dollars. And I think maybe is this how hot food eating videos became a thing? Just a dude watching his friend mow down a 8.5 ounce bag of flaming hot Cheetos and getting all the kicks from it?
I think so.
This Hot Ones, you sit there, these celebrities sit there, and the whole goal is to humiliate them and show the world that they're giant wusses.
Is that what it is? I don't know. I get so wrapped up in the interview that I kind of block out the whole concept of the show.
Well, it's an interview show, you see.
Right.
And what are you doing? Mixing a potion?
No, I have a freaking I just got this freaking God damn it, refrigerator from my office here, and the freaking front popped open now, and the beers are trying to spill out. It's okay now. We got it.
Oh man, it seemed like a real struggle there. I didn't want to interrupt your fit having over there, slamming things around and breaking bottles. Jesus Christ! I thought maybe we were recording a well-received podcast here, but God.
But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be our podcast if I didn't do something stupid during it. So.
I mean, if you were on the Scoville scale of stupidity, you would be like 4 ghost peppers.
Yeah, I like hot things, but I got to be in the mood for it. Is what I mean. Sometimes I'm like, no, I'll just take the regular queso. But tonight I wanted the Diablo queso, so I took a bunch of. Now they have packets of Cholula at Qdoba, which I don't know why they didn't do that a long time ago instead of bottles. And I don't know why we don't do that at my restaurant. Now I'm going to bring it up to my boss.
Packets of Cholula. That's my favorite Weezer song.
It's like ketchup, little ketchup packets, but it's not ketchup. Don't mistake it for ketchup.
You can't mistake it for ketchup. Lord help you if you do. And if you do, you might as well have a camera in front of you whilst you do it, because, I mean, what are we? We just got to watch these people eat these hot things. Did you know, Tommy, there's flaming hot Mountain Dew being sold these days? That's stupid.
Yeah. I don't get that. I have like bad indigestion, heartburn. Imagine that. But it's like really bad. Like I'm like on medication and shit. And so I got to be careful. I got to be careful with the hot stuff that I go for.
I mean, there's whole displays of it right out there in the open. This sounds like an urban legend that should be sold in the back of a shady thrift store, but here it is. Drink this flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Big slam of flaming hot Mountain Dew. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh man.
Why would you want to drink flaming hot unless it's like coffee hot, or hot tea? Why would you want it spicy hot? I don't get that. I can't even do like an apple spice, I can't do it. Look, gross.
Some people are a sucker for the spiciness, though. I don't get it. They like a flaming hot car wreck in their mouths, and we love to watch that.
Be enjoyable to me. That wouldn't be enjoyable to me. That's what I'm saying. Like cheese, I can do hot cheese, but I wouldn't want I don't know. It's got to be paired with something perfect, right? That's what I said. It's only sometimes. I wouldn't want to drink a flaming hot bottle of hot sauce. No.
Yeah. I mean, the next time you really want to eat a spicy thing and you're just obsessed, you just got to consume all the Scovilles. Why don't you kiss the better end of a flamethrower, you twit?
I just think it's asking for immediate heartburn. And then my heartburn turns into fucking like GERD and shit. So it's all nasty.
It turns into, excuse me?
You don't know what GERD is?
It sounds like something you just made up.
Oh, how fortunate you are. Jesus.
I don't know what a GERD is. I think you're saying girth wrong.
It's acid reflux disease, but it's called GERD. It's like where you like cough shit up in the middle of the night in your throat. It's gross.
Oh, so that's a sound you make as you cough on dead things coming up from your throat. GERD. GERD.
Yeah, I guess. Like when you're sleeping and you start having like a little bit of acid reflux, and then it's very gross. So it's called GERD.
It's like Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies. He coughs and goes Gollum, Gollum. You're like GERD. I'm like, drop that beat, D boy.
We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. Woo! So strange when it's changing the speed. What you know about Leonard Skinner? The whacker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby. I've seen the hard times and the pressures been on me. Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud 9 in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready to. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 9 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow. All up in a mix and a place to be. You're down for the night, come form with me.
Oh. Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the Pod Shack outside beautiful Bay City, Michigan. My name is Randy, and with me is my comrade in arms. His name is Tommy. How are you, sir?
I'm very good. How are you?
Oh, my God. You sound like you're talking through a megaphone. What's going on there?
Choo choo. I have no idea.
Choo choo. Is that a sound a megaphone makes?
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's the Tommy train.
It's the Tomedy train. Oh, God. Why don't you blow a kazoo and go fuck yourself, okay? You're really bringing down the show, this show, the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We are a big, dumb comedy show, believe it or not. And we have been doing this for how long, Tommy? 10 years. 10 years. Not only that, this is episode 300.
This is Sparta!
This is Sparta.
Oh my God! You used my suggestion for once. My heart is so happy right now.
Did you hear it?
I did. I got a single tear.
This is Sparta!
This is Sparta.
This is Sparta.
Sparta. Tommy had one good suggestion. One. Count it.
300.
One productive thing to add to this podcast in the entire 10-year history, and it is this. Hey, you should put like a soundbite that says this is Sparta from the movie 300 because it's episode 300.
You said ha ha. I actually really like that.
I've never said ha ha in my life.
Maybe you said LOL. I don't know.
The only thing I've ever said in my life is
This is Sparta!
and also oops. And also
You need to shoot your shot.
I've said that before too.
Hey, didn't what's his face die at the end of 300? I hope we don't die at the end of this episode.
Well, one of us might.
Yeah. And I'm gonna knock on wood because if it's gonna happen, it has to happen like within like 10 seconds of the end of this episode. Because I'm not gonna walk around the rest of the night like fucking Final Destination.
Oh man, wouldn't that be trippy? You'd just be constantly looking around and waiting for a piece of dental floss to somehow wrap itself around your trachea and get tangled up on a loose piece of carpet. And for some reason, you trip and stumble, and the dental floss pulls up the carpet and it wraps you up in a wonderful velvety carpet cocoon or burrito, if you will, and it sends you plummeting down the stairs, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy like a cartoon, but it's actually real life, and that shit hurts. So every time you bounce, your fucking bones break a little bit more, and then finally you fall down all the way to the first floor there, and you roll right to the feet. Is that proper? Of your television set. And you look up and you see your idol, Dave Landau, on Comedy Central right there laughing. And you say, Dave. And all of a sudden, you didn't realize it, but you kind of knocked into the TV a little bit. And as you say, Dave, the TV just falls right on your dumb face. And you made love to Dave Landau with your face and his face.
And you die?
Well, probably, yeah.
You know, my whole year 22, like when I was 22 years old, the whole year.
You thought you were going to die?
Yeah. Did I tell you about this?
Did you have a premonition?
Yes.
Did somebody give you a tarot card reading and you were real scared?
In a dream, yes. When I was like 12.
Wait. Somebody told you in a dream that you were going to die when you were 22?
Yep.
Okay.
And it was like from playing cards. Like they were using playing cards to tell you when you were going to die. And they were like, we're sorry, Tom, you're going to die when you're 22. And I just like never forgot it. So the whole year when I was 22, I was like, well, this is it.
I knew you when you were 22. Is that why you acted like a devil may care man?
Probably. That's probably why my fucking liver hurts every day now. But yeah.
The only reason your liver hurt is because... Oh.
This is Sparta!
That's why.
I should retract that from people that actually have sore livers. I don't. My liver doesn't hurt, but...
Oh, man. I'm glad your liver doesn't hurt.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
You know, some people they reach the 300th episode and they have a monumental celebration or a great occasion or a special guest, or I don't know, they prepare for the podcast. I didn't do any of that. So this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen.
I was going to get drunk for the 300 episode, but you changed the night on me.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm a wily sort. I need to keep you on your toes.
Because once I decide I'm going to get drunk that day, there's no turning back.
There's no turning back. You got blinders on.
That's right.
The Tommy train is choo-chooing its way right into passing out on the toilet. So
yeah, that's a thing that happened before for sure.
Yeah, I mean, so we probably should have made a big deal of this, and we probably should have prepared, and we should have probably tried to be funny, but
that wouldn't have been in our style. Preparing or doing absolutely anything that would help anything. Nah.
Yeah. I mean, we are like those zits that you got in your teenage years and you were so ashamed of them and you tried to hide them and you tried to pop them and scratch them to make them go away sooner. And they just turned into those nasty acne scars and you can never conceal them now. They never truly go away. And that's us in a nutshell. We're never going away. So just deal with it. Just learn to live with us. Okay. All right.
You can cover us up with a beard, but we're never going away.
You know the truth. You always know the truth.
You don't want to see me without hair on my cheeks.
These hairy cheeks hide a dangerous secret.
They hide an oily past.
The legend. Some say once in a blue moon, if I shave my face and you look at the scars beneath that hair, it's actually a treasure map to the great lost treasure of Gillette.
Oh man, that was something.
Oh man, everything's something sometimes, right? Why did it sound like a UFO just whizzed past your life there?
Because this is crazy. So I live in a township of a city, and I've said it a million times, but so it's not very hard to find me if you guys want to come.
Go knock on his door and punch, donkey punch him.
So we live right by like a really, really like country road that people just fucking go 80 miles an hour down. And we have like two dumps down the road, like landfills, if you will, down the road from us. And so like dump trucks just go flying by the house constantly at like 80 miles an hour. So that's probably what it was. Sometimes they shake the house.
Tommy used to live across from a landfill. It was amazing.
Yeah, now I live around the corner from them.
I know. Upward mobility. You're like the Jeffersons.
Yeah, good thing we're paying for that city water. All right.
Yeah. I live in an actual city of some size, and there's not that much traffic often.
Yeah. There's that's good. There's way more traffic, I think, where I live. I guess I've never been to your house, but I've been to the rural parts of the city that you live in, so I could only.
I know
imagine.
You refuse to come to my house. I find offense to this.
It's been COVID. I'm just now COVID. Like breaking out of my COVID shell.
It's been COVID, says a man.
I mean, I've been limited on where I've been the past 2.5 years. But.
Can you even believe, ladies and gentlemen, that a man who talks on stage in front of people for a living just said, without any shame, it's been COVID?
Well, I didn't do it during like the major parts of COVID. Even when people were doing it, I canceled some shows. Not proud of that. That's the first time I ever canceled shows in 12 years now.
Hey, I'm making fun of your preposterous sentence.
All right, whatever. Yeah. So onward and upward. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about
this is Sparta.
That's what we were talking about.
All right.
Oh my God, you are a humorous young man. I mean, you do live in a little country town, and you live your little country life. You're real domesticated, and like it amuses me knowing you for as long as I have, and you find yourself in the weirdest domestic situations, and you never come out victorious in any of these. You are truly a sitcom in real life.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you think that's a compliment, do you?
A sitcom. I mean, those are fun.
Aren't
Most
they?
of them.
You're like a
I guess it
Kevin
depends.
James.
Oh, well, I don't know. I like King of Queens. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, and The Beloved is definitely a Leah Remini with an eye roll and a hand on a hip at all times in your general direction.
Just so impressed with me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's constantly thanking God for her wonderful decision to, keep you around in her life.
That's funny. Yeah. I ran into some. We ran into some crazy situations. I think they could probably make a sitcom about our domestic life.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't know. I almost started it, but okay. All right, I'm ready. I got you.
Say what you just said again.
I don't know what I just said. What did I say?
Never mind. Just start reading it. Wait. What would they call the sitcom? I wonder.
I don't know. That's a good one. Tommy Tornado and his family. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So the Beloved told me the other day that the tub won't drain. And I was like, oh great, here we go again. We've run into things like this before. Like we went out and bought a new lamp because we thought our old lamp broke. So we took $100 and went and bought a new lamp, and we come home and we plugged the new lamp in. We're like, oh, we need a light bulb. And so we took the light bulb out of the old lamp, and as we were doing it, it turned on. We're like, oh my gosh, we didn't need a new lamp. We just needed a new light bulb. So then these are my fault. Like I don't ever think about them. And we got a washer the other day, and I got so mad. I went out and bought a $700 washer because I couldn't get ours to turn on. And it was just no power to it whatsoever. And so I went out and bought the new one, and I get home and I plug the new one in, and there's no power. I was like, oh shit. So I talked to somebody. It definitely wasn't me that came up with the idea. I talked to somebody, and they're like, did you reset your wall outlet? And that's all it was. So yeah, we had a working new washer, and you guessed it, a working old one too. So,
I want to know, when you tell your dad about these things, does he just shake his head and wonder what he did wrong?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I it's probably most of the time on the phone, and yeah, there's probably just like a lot of silence, or I'm just making him laugh about it.
It's because there's silence because he's got his phone on mute as he headbutts his wall. He's so upset.
Right. It's so so the tub won't drain. I'm like, great. So I go and buy a hair snake. I bought some Drano. Neither of those are working. I drive back to the store. I buy a plunger. Well, actually, I drive to a different store because they didn't have a plunger at the same store I was going to. So now I'm at like 4 stores or whatever. I'm like, son of a bitch, this thing is clogged. Plunger ain't working. I got to go to work. So I grab some body wash and out to the garden hose I do go. And, I do my half hillbilly shower and shit, and then
wait, you took a shower under a garden hose in your backyard?
Well, the tub won't drain, right? So there's it's ankle deep water in the bathtub. I'm like, I'm not getting in there, and I was trying to unplug it, so there's like hair and like I don't know, just shit from a drain like floating in it. I'm like, that's gross.
Wait, did you take this garden hose shower in the completely nude?
No, God, no. I mean, the half shower. And okay. I had showered the day. I shower at least once a day, usually twice a day. So it was like not a big deal. I just had to go to work. And I knew when I got home from work, I'd have to shower again. So,
the neighbors look outside and they're like, oh my God, I see Tootsie again. No.
Tootsie is the tattoo of my dog on my shoulder. So there you go. Yeah, that's funny. I'm pretty rural, so I don't think my neighbors would spot me. They'd have to look through some pretty thick trees. But no, I was in the backyard and, nobody really around. It's just a t-shirt, no t-shirt. So that's all they're getting. Some man boobs. And, so I go to work and, And then I'm texting the beloved, and she says still won't drain. She finds like a different kind of Drano, and she's trying the plunger and the snake and everything. And then, luckily she figured it out. I would have never figured this out. She like flipped the switch of the drain, and it drained like boom, like Niagara Falls. And she had just been in there the night before, shaving her legs, and apparently it didn't like fill up very much when she was in there. So she just didn't think whatever. But anyway, it was just the drain switch. She figured it out. She usually figures out all the shit that I fucking get us into anyway. So
you're like the anti-MacGyver.
Yeah, right. Well, somebody commented on my Facebook post. Let me get to it. Something about what was it called? Occam's razor. And I had heard about that before, but I didn't really know what it was. And it's like to keep it. It's like pretty much like a philosophy of keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like that's a real thing. Like people go to like the most like they don't think of the simple things first. So I guess it's pretty common. I'm just wanting to put it out there because it's funny.
I mean,
who would think? It would think, like, of course you didn't think about the drain. We hardly flipped the drain up. So, but she thought about it. So she won. She got it. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when you flip a drain up, the switch is flipped up, whereas normally it's not flipped up.
Yeah, right. There you go. That's a good point. Yeah.
I love it how you took a pause, a great mighty pause to really ponder what I had just said. And you're like,
I had a picture because I never flip it up. I never take a bath. I'm a shower. I'm a man,
Oh my God.
So I never have to flip the drain. What would I flip the drain for? I'm not shaving my legs. I shave my arms because my tattoos.
Do you really?
I do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
I literally found that out the worst way. So I got this one tattoo like 20 years ago, about 20 years ago.
Wait, I don't pay attention to you. So you have one smooth arm and one hairy arm?
Well, it's a little better.
Gross.
So about 18 years ago, I went and got this tattoo. And lately I'd been looking at the tattoo and I'm like, I think it's too faded. It's my fault. I didn't put sunblock on it, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to go back to the artist and get something over top of it in the same realm. And so when I got there, he was like, why don't you shave your arms? And I was like, what? And he shaved my arm and the tattoo looks so fucking good. I'm like, oh no, I already had a deposit for like a $400 new tattoo that he was just going to do, but he was shaving it. So I was like, God damn it. Can I back out? I literally said that. And we laughed and laughed. So now I don't shave my arms completely, but I don't know. It's kind of a stupid thing because if I want the tattoo to look good that day for whatever reason, I don't know why, but you're supposed to shave them. I don't always do it, but when I think about it, I'll shave it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that looks so much better.
Oh, when you want those tats to really pop, you
I guess I never really want to because I don't give a shit. Like I don't get them for other people. I just get them for. I don't know why I get them actually, but I don't really. I usually keep them covered up anyway. So,
Interesting. I think actually, quite honestly, more men should shave their arms because a lot of men are gross. There was a guy that used to come into the retail paradise that gainfully employed me. And he was probably, I don't know, 55 to 65, somewhere in that range.
All right.
And he had like long hair.
Okay. I like it.
Occasionally he would wear it in a ponytail.
All right. Ponytail guy.
Yeah. And it probably went past his shoulders,
Okay. He drinks Jack and Coke. That's for sure.
I would believe it. Yes.
Yeah.
The problem was his arm hair was also that long. He could wear it. I swear to God, it looked like he had fucking streamers flying from his goddamn arms. If
it's extra skin because he's half dead or something.
It wasn't. It was like the longest hair you've ever seen. It was just, I don't know if he takes a hair straightener to his arm hair or what, but it was just long and straight and flowed in the wind. It was so gross. I'm like,
I've never seen that.
This is the only person I've ever seen that's had it this bad. It was just so disgusting. I'm like, you could do something about that. You could, I don't know, take a fucking pair of scissors and give a shit.
He's got wings or something.
Oh man, he could probably glide through the air. Those those hair follicles could probably make him levitate or something.
Oh man, that's got to be on purpose at some point, huh? At some point, you're just like, "Whoa, that's weird. I should shave my hair," and then you're like, "I'll just see how long I can get it."
It's got to be. Everyone notices it. I don't know how nobody comments on it to you on a regular basis. Like,
oh, I'm sure somebody does. I bet you kids do.
They have to because they're brutally honest, and somebody has to be in this goddamn earth. God, nobody's gonna. That's the thing. Nobody's gonna cancel a kid. They're the only truth sayers that still exist.
That's true.
They keep it real, real talk. Yeah. Hashtag.
That's not true though. There's a lot of comedians out there that can keep it real and make it really funny and be able to say shit that a kid should only be able to say. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Man, there's a lot of good comedians out there that can say some stuff and get away with something that a person couldn't just say in a bar because of the way they word it, and the timing and all that stuff.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Yeah.
So now you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess nobody else does, but I get you. I get you.
Well, go watch Stavros. Did you watch Stavros yet?
No, I didn't watch a Stavros.
Oh my God. I got to talk to you about Stavros.
Are you talking to me about a Stavros?
Yeah, it's funny because it's Jesse's cousin that comes over from Greece in Full House and scams the whole family.
What?
That was Jesse's cousin's name in Full House.
Oh,
and his cousin come over from Greece. He's like a slime ball. Tries to get with Becky.
Was he related to Belki Bartakamus?
It was just Jesse playing like a villain version of himself. It was pretty awesome.
Oh my God, it was Bizarro Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, but his name is Stavros. It's his cousin from Greece. It's Stavros.
Oh, from Greece.
This is Sparta!
Yeah, right. The victors. And I don't know. But anyway, this isn't him. This is Stavros Hakias, and he's a stand-up comedian, and he is fucking phenomenal. He's you just got to go watch it. It's a free special on YouTube, and I was going to give it 5 minutes like I do all comedian specials that I see, and this is the first one in a long time that I watched immediately straight through. I just couldn't shut it off. It's fucking fabulous. So Stavros Hakias, you got to watch it.
Oh, man.
He is definitely a truth teller and makes it fucking hilarious. And he's a good reminder to be silly but not obnoxious. So,
oh man, I don't know how often I carry that on. Hey, by the way, your dad said I was funny. How about that?
He did?
He complimented me. He said I was funny. Your mom and dad watched live stream for The Cure. And your dad said I was funny.
Wow. I'm going to have a talk to him about this.
Oh, you're jealous now. Old Wolf has a new son. Step out of the way, Tommy.
You better get over there. You better get over there Sunday then.
I'm the favored child now.
I don't know when you're putting this out, but Sunday's Father's Day. So
yes. So yeah, I went to your oldest daughter's open house. How does it feel to have a high school graduate?
It's cool, man. It's very cool. We went to actually 2 days ago. I took her to the U of M, University of Michigan orientation. So
that's so. This is also weird to me. How are you not weirded out by this?
I don't know. I think because it's just happening. It's just happening. It's like every day. It's crazy though.
I guess I can. I can understand that. Because I have some things happening that I'm not ready to reveal yet, and they're just kind of happening, and I'm like, okay, this is happening. This is a thing,
right? But when you step back and look at it, you're like, whoa, this is a big moment. So
yeah.
Yeah, and U of M's orientation was pretty much, I think it was just a solicitation of, please work at the school, please work at the school or volunteer at the school. So it was like we were there from 8:30 to 3:30, and every presenter said something about volunteering or working at the school. So they must need help.
Somebody help this poor prestigious college. How will they ever survive?
Right? I know, weird, but don't get me wrong. You graduated from there. I graduated from there. We love the place, but yeah, I shouldn't even say a but there because it was fun and I was happy to be there and all that stuff. But it was every presenter seemed to be like, "Please work at the school."
I still love that campus.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we're talking about the Flint campus, everybody. So it's not like the Ann Arbor with their clean water and all that shit. So
yeah, but yeah, I still. Did I tell you a few years ago I almost got a job there?
Oh, really? Doing computer stuff or what?
No, I almost got a job being the librarian there, the nighttime librarian.
Yeah, maybe I remember this now that you say this.
Oh, man, I was so excited because there was something about that library that I really loved, and I spent a lot of time there.
Well, I talked to the dean. Well, the dean, we had coffee with the dean. It was one of the, one of the presentations. But anyway, I didn't talk to him, I guess. But he mentioned that that is a state-of-the-art library and one of the best in the nation. So,
oh, man, I used to love that place. And I did a lot of, not necessarily homework there, but like reading and writing and being creative. And I think that's probably why I liked it so much.
Yeah, I did a lot. They had those little I'm sorry, this is very inside baseball for people that go to U of M. But we're just gonna relive our college days being in the library, fucking dorks. They had like these little stations, which was great. It was like your own little space, and you sat at that station, and you couldn't see to the left, you couldn't see ahead of you, you couldn't see to the right, you could only see behind you when you turned around. So that was really, you're right. I had a lot of AOL conversations in those spaces when I should have been fucking writing research papers. So, but I also wrote a lot of research papers there too. But in between the research papers, probably a lot of emo songs floating around somewhere.
I'm sure. But man, I was so excited to get that opportunity to interview. And I was like, this is going to be an awesome job because I love this campus. I love this environment. This will be great.
And they didn't think you were weird enough to be a librarian. That is astonishing.
Oh my God. So yes, I go to this interview, and this was when I was working out like all the time. So I had muscles, and I wore like the tightest muscly shirt I could. I don't know why. I was like, I don't know.
So you think that's what did it? Because you had muscles? They're like, this guy's not a librarian. This guy's a UFC fighter.
No, it was just a weird, odd choice that I made that I decided to talk about to remind me that I used to have muscles when now I don't. And so I show up for this interview, and the weirdest people interviewed me. There was 3 of them. One girl had no personality whatsoever, and she was like, I don't know, a person of importance. And I'm like, how did you get that job?
Yeah. She's like the provost or something.
I don't know. She was just anti-personality. She was sucking the life out of me with every monotone syllable she uttered. And then
maybe that was her tactic. Like, let's see if this guy gets uncomfortable with weirdness.
Maybe. And
then if you do, you're not getting. If you do get uncomfortable with weirdness, you're not getting this job, buddy.
Yeah. And then there was the second girl. She was the one that called me for the interview. She was okay. And then the final guy,
judging all these people.
The final guy comes in. Speaking of acne scars, he certainly had them, and he had this stupid, dumb, slick back hair. And he comes tearing in there. He was like in charge of the library or something. I don't know. And he's like, okay, let's get this over with. I got a birthday party to get to. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, really?
You're like, so I got the job?
So it didn't go well. And because he was in a goddamned hurry, I guess.
Yeah, not your fault.
Won't blame me. Couldn't be my fault. I'm blameless.
So, yeah, you came to my daughter's open house.
Yeah. It was weird though, because before the open house, like a day or two beforehand, you sent me all these outdoor shots of these wooded areas.
Yeah. I was up in the Huron National Forest, which is up between like Oscoda and Hale, Michigan, up northern lower peninsula of Michigan.
The best part was, I'm like, where are you? And you were like, I'm I'm getting cookies. And I'm like, what are you getting? Some Hansel and Gretel cookies from some backwoods dessert witch? What is happening here?
It's literally 2 hours from my house. And
in the woods, though?
No, okay, listen. So my favorite place in Michigan is probably the River Road Scenic Byway. And that's a 22-mile thing, like a scenic road through the Huron National Forest, right? So you get to see the Huron National Forest is a fucking forest, right? And the Asabo River runs along it, and it's fucking beautiful. And so that 22 miles is like my favorite place in the world. So I went up and I got the cookies, which is like 2 hours. And I told the beloved that I'm just gonna drive through the river road, and then I'll probably be home by like 7:30. And I kept calling her when I was on River Road. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be here. She was totally cool with it. I didn't even get home till 9:30. I spent 2 hours on that 22-mile trek of land there, going to, you can walk down to the river in different places and all this shit. So it's very amazing. It's my favorite place in the world. But it's right. It was like I had to pass it to go get the cookies. So how couldn't I go? It's in the same town. It starts in Oscoda. It ends in Hale, Michigan. So I had to do it.
Just had to.
My favorite place. I was going up there anyway. I go up there sometimes just to drive it. So, but my wife has a friend that bakes cookies, and she lives in that town. So any excuse I can to drive down the River Road Scenic Byway. And I was taking pictures because since me and Randy have started this thing 10 years ago, 11 years ago, maybe now almost, and 300 episodes ago, we have always talked about, I think even before we started the podcast, we've always talked about going on a day hike.
And it's never happened.
So I think I this time when I was up there, I was taking pictures. I was stopping at these trailheads and taking pictures of the trailheads and stuff. And I think I found a good one for a perfect day hike. I think I should be at your house in the city by the bay at like 8 a.m. We could get up there by like 9:30. We could just hike to like 5 or 6 or whatever and go get something to eat and then go home. So I think that'd be awesome. Wow, this is not funny at all. People are changing the station. I think it's interesting, though, I guess. People are interested in listening to our stupid thoughts.
Well, it's been a long time thread for a long time about this dumb, stupid hike. So
we've talked about this, and I've even laid it on the line for him. I told him Friday, July 1st.
Oh my!
I told him Friday, July 1st. He hasn't answered me yet. I told the beloved she's cool with it. We have nothing going on that day, so
she's cool with it.
Well, I had to ask her. We have a lot of tournaments, like sports tournaments, because our kids are still doing travel ball and stuff. So I didn't want to plan it on a day that I would, be there. You have to go support, not have to, but want to go support my daughter in one of her tournaments. So I made sure we didn't have tournaments that day. The wife's working, kids are working. Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, Bigelow.
Yeah.
I have to attend. Oh man! Sometimes with these kids of ours, you got to do things you don't want to. Like I don't know. My oldest is she swims. You ever been to a swim meet?
No, my kids are way cooler than that. Sorry.
Yeah, they are because
that's a dick. I was saying that in a funny, facetious way, and you just totally agreed with me. You're like, yeah, they are pretty cool. Yeah,
it's the dullest, most mind-numbing thing you've ever witnessed in your life.
I couldn't imagine.
You're like, okay, there's
even swimming in itself is kind of boring. I couldn't imagine watching somebody swim. Unless you're cannonballing and shit.
You know what? You go there and there's 9 events and you're like, cool. Because it takes 30 seconds to swim across the goddamned pool.
But not in the relay.
This'll be over in an hour and some change probably. Oh no. Every event has a goddamn heat. Some events have 25 heats. This is ridiculous. Knock it off.
I couldn't. Nope. I wouldn't have done that. I would have been like, yeah, call me when your heat is up. I'm going to be at the bar. So
a Sunday, I have to go to the youngest. She's having a cheerleading competition.
I did those. I didn't do the competition, so I did the football game. So that was cool. My kids have always done cool stuff. Volleyball is all right. I mean, that's probably my least favorite, but there to support them. I like the basketball. I like the softball. So I'm all in. I like it. I think it's one of those things that when they get older, I will fucking miss dearly. So, and it's coming, I think this is the oldest is last year of ball, but she's looking at maybe playing for a U of M club team or something. So we'll see.
Well, that'll be neat.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I like it. I think one of these days you're going to miss those swim meets, Randy.
No, never.
How do we become Dadcast?
Oh, we got old.
We used to be drunk as fuck. I was taking smoke breaks and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get through a 2-hour podcast without fucking 6 smoke breaks or whatever.
I mean, yeah.
I've had like a pint of Captain before I even show up at the fucking place.
I mean, yeah, we used to record longer episodes, but also you would get over to my house at like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Sometimes 10:30. You used to have band practice sometimes till 10. So yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you didn't leave till like 1. There'd be like 6 smoke breaks.
Yeah. And I'm coming from band practice, so I've already had like 2 beers and probably 6 cigarettes or something. Yeah. Oh, man.
Memories and reflections. That's what episode 300's about. No laughs to be had, Sears.
It's funny that like we've transitioned talking about rituals. 6-7 years ago, I couldn't think of doing this podcast sober. I mean, I'd be like, oh my God, no. Like that would be the worst. Like I would just like not even think that it would be fun, of course, but my mind wouldn't even allow me to think that I could do it without having alcohol. So yeah.
I mean,
the times they are changing.
Yeah, we're all Bob Dylan's blowing in the wind.
Yeah, I this past year has been rough. I mean, I can definitely feel myself slowing down, and I don't like it at all. Like when I drink now, it's like bad. It's like I don't even half the time when I'm drinking, I don't even enjoy that I'm drinking because I know I'm going to feel like shit the next day, or I'm just going to like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. It's just not. It's not as fun as it used to be. Remember when it was fun?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's almost a ritual now. It's just like something you used to do, so you still do it.
Yeah. Like last night, I was so tired. I had like 1 beer. And then I ended up having like a couple more, but it was just like, I only did it. I was only having, I think I had 4 altogether. But after the first one, I was like, ugh, I don't even want to. Well, I'm fucking already in. So might as well try to catch somewhat of a buzz, I guess. I mean, I woke up this morning feeling great because it stopped at 4. But those are the things that I've learned. 6 years ago, I wouldn't have stopped till like 14. I didn't have anywhere to go.
Man, I'm in quite the pickle now.
Why is that?
Well, I'm a fat boy now. I've got this gut now, and it's like really noticeable to me. I've never had a gut like this before. I've never had a gut.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was over my parents tonight, and my dad said something to the effect of, "Look at that stomach," and I'm like, oh God.
Thanks. Want to see my belly button, Rick?
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a plump boy now.
I don't. You're lucky though. Maybe I don't know. I don't get fat in just one place. Like my whole body just expands. You know what I mean? Like I get fat everywhere. I don't have just a gut. I don't even have a gut. Everything just gets big, wider. You know what I mean? It's like I filled up already, so now I'm just like an inflated balloon where it's all even when it gets bigger.
Oh man.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just filled up all my fat spots and I'm just adding to them.
You filled up all your fat spots.
I'm like, I have had a gut. I've never had a gut. It's like Tommy had a gut in kindergarten. You just don't remember. You know? You know, I just filled up all the fat spots and I slowly add to them. So it's like somebody stretching me out, like Stretch Armstrong,
but with fat. You're fat strong. I don't know. I'm not funny. This podcast isn't funny, but we are the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Thank you so much for listening.
That's it. It went by so fast.
Oh,
what was this episode? What's the hit the sound bite? We need it one more time.
One more time
for rhythmic pleasure.
What?
We did it at the beginning. We did it a quarter of the way through. I feel like we did it towards the middle. Now we got to do it at the end.
You mean this?
This is Sparta!
Yes, of course I meant that.
This is Sparta. This is the Miserable Retail Slave Show.
I don't think this was a bad episode. I think maybe you could cut some stuff out of it, maybe in the editing room.
Like every time you talk.
It's just you.
Yes. Just me responding to myself. Yeah.
Yeah. The people can, that could be a fun game. Maybe you give like 5 seconds for them to ask you a question, and then that's your answer, and you can see if it lines up.
I don't know what you just said to me.
Like it was just you talking to yourself. Maybe people at home can make a game out of it where they ask you a question and you just start talking, and then they could see if your answer lines up with the question they just asked. Oh,
okay.
No, I thought that was fun.
Why don't you play a game called Make Sense? Because you don't. You just don't. This has been the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Thank you so much for listening. This has been episode 300. I mean, will there be 300 more? God.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But there's going to be
3 more?
There's going to be a 301st episode, and it's going to be next time. So we hope you're there.
Okay.
Yeah. Until then, be like Tommy and stay miserable. Bye-bye.
Bye.